Fidlegen, and hello, it's Vo. We're gonna do something special. We're playing some Civ 6 as Scotland. It's gonna be how Scotland took over the world. We're gonna play on the Pangea map. We're using the mod to have the industries, corporations and monopolies one. Just a way to get some extra cash from having duplicate amenities. Some luxury goods. I'm going to put the disasters down to level 1. Don't want too many disasters. Can mitigate them, but yeah, we don't want any bad luck from any natural disasters. So we can see a mountain from where we're starting off, so we may as well start here. Have our first city. Generally at the start of the game, we want to be exploring. Got a few things round about us that is going to require us to research a few things. We want to get writing to start off with, so we can get a campus district, start getting some science points. So Scotland's bonuses are in science production. Production itself, if the cities are happy. And we make the cities happy by having plenty of amenities, having luxury goods, and entertainment complexes, and water parks and things like that, and golf courses. So that's our focus. Just to get a science boost from finding a little goodie hut. Little tribal village. So we've got our first unit produced, a slinger. Once we find some barbarians that appear in these camps round about us, we can take them on. We've met another civilization. It's the old enemy England, of course. Victoria. Well, nice to meet you, I suppose. They can't be too far. So I'll have to try and settle a city towards them and maintain our barriers. And we want as big an empire as we can. Have plenty of cities to get more resources, more science. So we've got our first level of government. I set it up so we have an advantage fighting the barbarians. Get a little bit of extra production in our cities. It's going to help us with this first stage of the game. Now we could send a delegation off to England, but we're not going to. We're going to save the gold. Last time I lost to a diplomatic victory, so I want to be wary of that this time around. So we're aiming for a science victory, but we'll take anything we can get. We do want to focus on trying to get diplomatic victory points. It's not going to be the main focus, so I'm not going to be worried about setting up embassies and sending delegations of things. So we managed to kill a barbarian with our slinger, and that gives us a boost towards archery. That'll help us with upgrading our troops. So we've got our first settler ready. We want to keep them away from the barbarians, but we also want to forward settle England. So we'll send them off down here. And we'll work on our next technology to research. It's better going into the tree. If you just start picking things from the list all the time, you end up dawdling and being unfocused. And really, it's a game where you're in a race. You want to be kind of focused. If you just sort of aim for rocketry, like you're going to get a win by going off into space without hitting up the industrialization and electricity and things like that, you're not going to have the production in order to build the spaceport and send off your space missions. So you do have to jump around a little bit. There's never a straight line to victory. You have to be open to changing plans. If there's another victory type in front of you, you've got to take it. And also, you don't want to lose to a different victory type. If you put all your eggs in one basket, you're likely to get beaten by one of the other victory types. If you have no culture at all, you're going to lose to a culture victory before you get to the science victory. Pretty safe, I think, at this level, playing on Prince. Not to worry about religious victory. If you don't set up your own religion, it's unlikely, unless you're playing against Jadvika, that one of the AIs is going to win a religious victory against you. Usually they fight amongst themselves. And often if it seems to be one-sided, and there is going to be one side winning a religious victory, some of your cities will be of different religions that you can build a place and set up your own missionaries. You set up your own holy site in one of your cities that's following the opposing religion from the majority. You can sort of keep it going yourself. I've done that a few times. We've met Pericles. He likes diplomacy and city-states and things. Yeah, we don't want to lose to him via culture or diplomacy. It's probably the way that would go. Each of the leaders have their own benefits. I'm always going to play Scotland, of course. Had to get DLC to play Scotland. Bit of a nightmare. Should have come base game. But I'm happy enough that we can play Scotland. It's good. Yeah, I have been playing this for a while, on and off. Go through periods of wanting to play it all the time, in between other games. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I do enjoy it. The Slinger's in trouble. Vastly outnumbered, outgunned. Don't know if we can get this warrior down fast enough to sort of provide them some support. It's not looking good for them. So we're going to appoint our first governor. We're going to go with Pingala. It's the most useful one, certainly for the science victory. In general, the promotion levels help you get extra science, extra culture. Definitely helps you in the race. So yeah, this poor Slinger is trying his best. Trying to survive. We want to focus on getting campuses down. If we are really close to one of the AI cities, then we'll go with the monument first. Make sure we don't lose it to loyalty. Pericles is sending us a delegation, that's fine. We're not sending one back. So I managed to clear out a barb camp, but there are still barbarians around. Trying to make an exit and heal up a little bit. Yeah, the combat is fairly straightforward. Yeah, there are tactics. It's better to run and fight another day. Getting your units promoted up is beneficial rather than just keep replacing them. So we're off to make our third city. Get as close to the Greeks as we can. Don't want to be massively into negative loyalty. I'm going to try and use the warrior to protect them as well on their journey, so they don't get harassed. And there are a few barbarians around. So we're going to settle our third city. Close enough that we're not losing loyalty. As I say, we can build monuments. And we can have garrison troops. So after losing our poor slinger, I'm gonna go and get revenge with an archer. Kick some barbarian butt. And you can run, but you cannot escape. Avenge our fallen troop. Yeah, you get XP on the troops, which can get you the promotions. Help them be more resilient or do more damage in battle. So we're seeing the benefits of having our science boosted. Our campus zones. I do still want to do some exploring with our troops. Try and find some more goodie huts if we can. Generally get as much information as we can about our surroundings. Find opportunities for new cities. Managed to find a natural wonder. That gives us a boost to astrology if we do want to build any holy sites. We can use the faith for other things if we start generating faith. We're into the classical era now. We get to choose a bonus. Can you have a look at the different options we've got? You can slide in some of these cards. Change them as we go. Gonna get a 50% reduction on producing settlers. That's gonna help us. Gonna go with free inquiry. So every time we get a eureka and generate a science-based building or district, get some era score. Gonna get into craftsmanship. Encountering some natural disasters. Floods, we can mitigate them with some dams. That's a bit further down the road. So yeah, keep exploring around. Looking for more barbarian camps, more goodie huts. Eliminate any possible threats going on. This archer's kind of all on their own. So hopefully the barbarian doesn't generate any sort of backup. Often happens. You work your way down. Work one down until they're just one hit away, and then all of a sudden they generate another one, some backup. Without any reinforcement, this archer is doing a lot of work. So we're going to get our second governor, Victor. Going to put them in the city that I feel is most likely to get attacked. So that's their bonuses. Help you reinforce a city. So yeah, this archer is doing work. Getting more experience. Managed to clear the barb camp all by themselves. So yeah, we've explored quite a lot of the territory now. We're able to start making other kinds of districts. Yeah, we're working on getting our first proper government. Generated a great scientist. Things are moving nicely. Found another goodie hut. Yeah, that land does love flooding. I'll have to get a solution for that eventually. But now that we've been through the fog of war, we're able to see plenty more good locations for cities. So yeah, we should try and use up our bonuses for having a reduction on producing settlers, and forgetting about it and not having settlers anymore, or change out the card. So yeah, we're choosing government based on the bonuses that that government has, and each of the governments will have you a different arrangement of what kind of cards you can plug in. As I say, you want to change these semi-frequently. Maybe 2 or 3 opportunities to change. I'll go in and make sure that I'm using the best ones. It's easy to forget about it and have something plugged in that you're not getting the full advantage of when you could be using something better. So yeah, if we're not focusing on settlers, don't bother having the settlers cost 50% less. We seem to have some military units popping down from Pericles. It's very concerning. If one of the AIs gets in a war with me, I tend to just never let it go, never give them peace. And even if it takes me the rest of the game to wipe them out, slowly but surely, and they'll be asking for peace every so many turns, and I'll just say no every time, and they'll get proper raging even though they're the ones that started it. So we're going to try and avoid all that. Got enough gold to spawn in an archer, just in case they decide to make a move. We'll be able to protect that city. Yeah, if we keep them stationed around there, should be a good deterrent. Alright, Tommy, Gandhi, starting to meet all the people. The other civilizations that we're gonna conquer on our way to victory. Fairly decent bunch so far. Got a third governor. Amani is good for combating loyalty issues. We're settling here on -4 loyalty, which is not a good idea. But yeah, if we have a garrisoned unit and we build a monument and we get the population up a few levels, we should be able to get the loyalty under control before the city rebels. So we've got a great scientist. Give us a few boosts, help us along our way to getting all the things researched that we want done. Do want to keep up with the campuses. If we go up against mountains, we tend to get more of a boost. Tend to get an adjacency bonus. We'll focus on the money generation for just now. It's good to get some wonders in. Focusing on the ones that get us science and production. Yeah, there's plenty of wonders that are beneficial. You can just see which ones are you would rather prioritize getting. Obviously, if the AI gets them before you do, there's only one opportunity. The barbarians seem to have stolen Pericles' settler and are running away with it through our land. So we'll see if we can try and steal it off them. Just need to defeat the escort and then hit the settler once. And we should be able to get a free city out of it. Yeah, good if we can manage it. Unlocked a few things now. We can get an industrial zone and a theatre square and a government plaza that we haven't yet built. Yeah, a combination of working on science and production. Depends where the opportunities are for good adjacency bonuses. Something you want to look at and consider. Settler and escort are trying to get away from us. Don't know if the archer is going to be fast enough to catch up with them. If we purchase a scout with gold, then that should be able to chase after them. One or both of them. Can hopefully tag team them in a chase. Not let them get away. Try and chase them down. A lot of the times they'll back themselves into a corner. Managed to get an extra city, Sheffield. England tried to forward settle this and lost a loyalty battle that we were totally unaware of. Until all of a sudden we've got Sheffield wants to swear its undying loyalty to us. By all means. Sure that'll annoy them. That's good enough. It's a victory in itself. Yeah, a little change in the cards. I want to start generating some faith so we can get a pantheon on the go. I want to do a few things. Yeah, loyalty is a thing. If you do try to forward settle and you stay in negative loyalty too long, the city will rebel. So we've managed to steal that settler. A free city for us. Managed to get a promotion level. So I imagine it's spitted the cities pretty well. Been quite fortunate. Things have kind of gone our way with the settlers. We haven't had any stolen by the barbarians. Managed to steal the stolen one. Alright, that's pretty good luck really. It's not usually the way it goes. Many a time I've sent a settler off without an escort and it's not gone very well. Get the adjacency bonuses where we can, setting up these districts, get as many campuses on the go as we can, generate as much science as we can, rip our way through the tech tree. And again, set up monuments so we get a little bit of extra loyalty in the cities. Even if we're not getting a normal age or a golden age, those are achievements. And we're not going to lose the cities to loyalty loss. Place loves to flood. Very Scottish. Alright, Scotland's never been short of rain or flooding. cheeky barbarian trying to have a go at us. We'll repel them. Start working on irrigation and some of the smaller technologies at the start of the tech tree. Animal husbandry and things, so we can start improving all these tiles. Start making some builders. So we can work on improving the tiles that we've got. Get some strategic resources. Get some luxury goods. That'll make our cities happy, which will in turn make them more productive. So yeah, we do a little more scouting around, see where the barbarians are coming from. Get some horses, that's a strategic resource. So we're managing to found our pantheon. If we get fertility rights, then we can get a free builder. So that'll help us along our way, the current stage of the game. Try and improve the luxury resources and the bonus resources and the strategic resources. That'll give us things to trade with the AI. That'll keep the AI happy with us, without us having to send them delegations and set up embassies with them and things. Keeping up with sending envoys to the city-states as well. That'll help us generate a little bit more of each resource. Got traders that we can send to the city-states as little missions. That'll give us little bonuses as well. Lots of different things to be cognizant of. Lots of plates to spin. As I say, you have your main focus usually. But you don't want to be overtaken in any of the other aspects. So you want to sort of half keep up with everyone else in terms of the culture and diplomacy and all these other things, even when that's not your main focus. As you go and as you unlock things, I want to have a look and see if you've unlocked any new wonders that you might want to construct. See what their bonuses are. Yeah, becoming suzerain of a city-state helps. Especially if it's a militaristic one. You know, if one of the AIs starts a war with you, that they're going to help you out a bit. So it's good to keep friendly city-states, especially on the edge of the empire. It can act as a good buffer zone if you are attacked. So there are still barbarians around. Looks like they've stolen a builder that we can steal again. Heracles wants to make a deal. Let's see how much diplomatic favor they'd give me rather than gold or open borders. Yeah, different stages of the game, the different AIs value different resources differently. So you can check, sort of try and push them a little bit. I basically don't want any of the opponents to have too much diplomatic influence. So when it does come for voting on diplomatic victory points, I want to be in full control of that vote. So we've got our first opportunity to set up an industry with tobacco. That's if you have two copies of the same luxury resource. You can set it up as an industry. Played with it a couple of times before and liked it. I haven't tried any of the other ones. There are quite a few other modes, game modes to play. That's the only one I've tried. So we're getting there, clearing out the barbarians. Again, we're getting offered a trade. Want to try and push our luck and see how much diplomatic favour we can get off Victoria. Yeah, as much as we can push our luck for. Yeah, she really wants them horses. So yeah, the luxury items are good for amenities, keep the city happy. Your bonus items, I think that just provides extra growth for the city, extra food and things, extra production. Your strategic items help you when you're making units. That's usually what the AI wants to trade you. So after the flooding, I have to repair a few things. That's fine. Doesn't take too long. As I say, we want our science at maximum, full throttle. So if any of our campus zones do get damaged, we want to repair them as soon as possible. We're in the stage that we want to improve everything as much as we can. Get our builders on the go. Work our way towards the next government. As I say, you can get lost just clicking on the next available sort of set of options. But you're better going into the trees and picking something decisively that you want to go for. So pick the next government based on the bonuses again. You can now make universities. Can push our science generation even further. Can appoint our next governor to the city with the lowest loyalty. That's fine, we're maintaining the edges of the empire. I don't think we're at threat of being encroached. Pericles was interested in having troops on the border, but hasn't been any more of that. I think we can set up our government buildings. Don't anticipate any sort of military action anytime in the near future. We're trading with Gandhi, everything seems pretty chill. Again, we want to get some diplomatic favour off you. Make sure we can't be outvoted when it counts. Yeah, it's good to have a backup plan. If we are getting beaten in science somehow, someone else has the same focus and they're spawned in a better place with better mountains that they're not getting +4, +5 adjacency bonus and stuff. If we are all of a sudden getting beat when we thought we were in the lead, it's good to have a backup plan and have the diplomatic victory as a backup plan. So we're moving into the next era. We're going to go with free inquiry. It's the science plan, it's usually the way. Okay, we want to go into our tree, have a look for the next thing. Yeah, you've got options that you could try and get to more resources that the AI wants to trade you and things by trying to uncover them first, like the iron or the oil and things like that. Or you could try and go for getting production focus, or you try and go for the science focus. Just trying to run straight to the end for rocket train stuff. But yeah, we want to go over the balance. Don't want to go too far along the tech tree. I want to discover that we've gone too far down one direction. Don't have the other technologies to back it up. Yeah, I like unlocking the strategic resources. That's usually my first focus. Because trading with the AI, as well as getting plenty of gold and often being able to get their great works off them and diplomatic favor and things like that. It's also good to have the ability to construct troops. There's no point in researching troops and then not having the resources to make them. It's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, our lands are still not immune to flooding. One day. Generating plenty of great people. At least that's going quite well. Got merchants for our commercial hubs. Great scientists for our campuses. Have a look and see what they do. Generating bonuses for us. Now we've got our government plaza on the go. We can try and focus on that. Usually what I do is go for the one where you can use our faith generation, use our built up faith to generate land troops. Generally just military, rather than the civilian ones like builders and things. Yeah, it's good if you've got a city that seems underprotective and the AI wants to line up ready for a fight. Then you can just call in some backup if you don't have any gold. You can still spawn a decent military unit. That's why I tend to build the government plaza at all. Because I know later down the line I'll have loads of faith and nothing to do with it. Gandhi's got the elephants. It's a pretty kick-ass troop. Hopefully they're not going to become war elephants against us. Just docile, friendly neighbours. So yeah, if the AI does start a war on me, I never let it go. War them till the end. But I very rarely start the war. That's in keeping with Robert the Bruce. That's what the blurb says at the start when you pick him. Doesn't start wars, but he's ready to fight them. So we've got a great library built. Another wonder for our empire. That'll help us with science generation. Gives us a few boosts. Get on to start mining some niter, which will help us with gunpowder. We want to start with our universities. Gandhi wants our our diplomatic points. No, you're not getting them. No diplomatic favor for you. You wish. How about the other way around? Gonna get some iron. So we've got some unlocked of our own. Seems fine. I've got a second niter mine, so we should be rolling in that soon enough. Yeah, we've got the second government building. Helps with diplomatic favor, I think, with the other nations. Diplomatic visibility, I'm not sure what it means, but I think it means everyone's slightly nicer to you. There's a few mechanics I'm not quite sure about. Alright, Tommy's wanting a deal. Should be fine. As long as we have things that the AI want and they keep offering us trades, should keep us in good standing. Yeah, these government buildings do have bonuses with them, which can help us with producing units and keeping ourselves safe. See, England's producing great works already. Usually do have a culture focus. So we don't want to lose to a culture victory. So we should start making theatre squares and stuff at some point. Can't be jack of all trades and master of none. We do have to focus on one thing to try and win the race. But as I say, you don't want to fall behind in something so badly that the AI trumps you. It's quite easy to suddenly lose out of nowhere after you spent hours playing. And half the time you don't know why you lost, how you lost, what happened. Look at the graphs at the end. Still none the wiser as to what happened. Yeah, that happened to me last time. And I lost to the diplomatic victory. Yeah, I didn't quite understand what happened. All of a sudden it was over. So yeah, I'm determined not to let that happen again. Got another settler. We can settle on the copper and we will get the copper as a bonus. But we'll see what's down there. Dip our toes into the fog of war down there. Yeah, we probably have enough cities at this point. But the more the merrier usually. If you've got the room, you should expand, otherwise one of the AI will take the room. So we've managed to unlock all the governors, we've got them all deployed. We fulfill another mission. Send another trader off to one of the city-states that wants a visit. We still have plenty more tiles that can be improved. As time goes on and the cities get higher and higher population, they expand and unlock new tiles. Sort of decide that by themselves. But we can go in and manually unlock more tiles for a price, obviously. That's usually where I spend the gold, unlocking tiles and purchasing builders rather than reducing them. It's usually my style. So yeah, science and production. We want to get some industrial zones set up at some point. We've got a good adjacency. Enough commercial hubs to keep us going with cash. We want the World Congress. We don't have the option yet for getting diplomatic victory points. Yeah, we're just putting one vote into things. We're saving up all our voting power for when we get the option for diplomatic victory points. That's the plan. Settling another city on minus loyalty. We're bold. Again, we know what to do. Set up a monument. And move a governor down here if we have to. Yeah, some of the things you can pay cash for if you have them. You can get a monument instantly. Certain city centre buildings, if you've got the cash for it. Aid requests I never bother with. It's always a thumbs down. Even if it's me that has a natural disaster and the game pops up, hey, do you want to do an aid request? I'm like, no, I don't care. Each civilization must deal with its own problems. Especially if it's natural disasters, that's a no luck for you situation. Too busy looking after Scotland. So yeah, we're getting there. Got our entertainment complexes going. Set up buildings in those. There's also water parks that we can unlock later on. They're much and such the same. But they provide amenities through entertainment. And that will keep the city happy, which makes them productive. Which means they can build things faster. Pericles is wanting more supplies. Well, you're going to have to give up some of your diplomatic favour, I'm afraid. Yeah, if we can control the diplomatic favour, that's that under check. Make sure that no one can get that sneaky victory over us. As I say, when it comes to the religions, usually the AIs will fight pretty evenly, and you'll be able to get a victory before they conquer anywhere near half the world. Even on Pangaea, in which it's much easier to get a military victory or a religious victory, because you don't have to worry about sending them across the sea and coming back and forth and things, and much easier on this map to get those kind of victories. Gandhi's wanting a deal. Yeah, we seem to have good relations with the AI. They seem happy enough with this. If we can keep sending envoys to the city-states and get a layer of happy city-states around about us. England doesn't want to give up its diplomatic favour. Gonna have to if you want the deal. Yeah, so being ahead in science helps you in a few ways. But certainly having all the precious resources before everyone else, and them having to come crawling, yeah, that's always good. It helps you at having advanced units and stuff. It'll cost you to upgrade the units, but you can have some of the more advanced military units before anyone else and upgrade your warriors and slingers and things. The units that your opponent's never seen before. So yeah, we're going to get our industrial zones down. Make sure we're still improving tiles where it's a benefit. Plenty of gold that we can buy some units. Yeah, we're getting decent returns from our commercial hubs. Decent adjacency bonuses in general. So we're into the next era. Time's moving on. Sadly, we've gone into a dark age, but never mind. I'm sure we'll be fine. If we can get from a dark age into a golden age, it's like heroic or something, and you get some extra bonuses. But yeah, the worst problem is usually loyalty. You generate less loyalty when you're in a dark age. So if ever you're going to lose one of your cities to that, that's usually the time. Got a luxury resource down here. We're going to unlock that tile now so that AI can't get it. We're greedy, we're having it. Colosseum helps, provides entertainment and amenities. Helps cities within 6 tiles, so it should catch the other city as well. Yeah, if you're in a golden age and you've got extra loyalty and you have the entertainment centres, you can appeal to the cities next door and lower their loyalty. If you line up troops along their border and you do the bread and circuses from your entertainment places. I've seen that work to sway the city next door to join your empire. That's quite a fun way to win. Just by luring your opponent's cities into your empire. Yeah, it's not that easy. It takes quite a long time. It takes a decent understanding in mechanics as well. So we're going to go in and swap a few tiles around. Have a focus on loyalty to make up for the fact we've gone into the Dark Age. And make up the difference. Get on with our next civic. Gonna have a look at the tree. There's a few things we'd like before we get to the next set of governments. Want the ability to make the water park and want the conservation run as well. Yeah, we should try for one of these before we go straight for communism, which is usually the next government we're going for. Yeah, Dark Age is a bit of a bummer, but not the end of the world. Good if you could get all your achievements nice and spread out, so you're always hitting just a golden age and no more. It doesn't work like that. Often you'll have a bunch of stuff all happens one turn after another when you're already in a golden age. You're getting era score all over the place that you don't need. And other times you're trying desperately just to get a normal age. Make troops you haven't made before, hoping that that's going to get you some era score and things like that. Got our first deal where we're getting offered great work. We'll definitely take that. Not only because it helps us generate more culture, but it stops England winning a culture victory by generating too much culture, which in turn leads to tourism. We have to combat in the medium to late game. AI wants to make embassies with us. It's another thing that we could do that costs gold and help us with our diplomatic relations. As I say, I don't think we need it. Current plan of just hoarding all the diplomatic favour should be enough. Bless Aberdeen, not a great lot of opportunities for getting adjacency bonuses for any of these districts that we'd want to build. But we're making progress. Getting on with our improvements. If we keep making builders down here, where Liang is stationed, and I can get an extra charge. It's worth it, even though it's a little congested trying to get them out of that little area into the rest of the empire. Always a thumbs down on the aid requests, we're not interested. Everyone else is always keen. Going around and improving the bonus tiles as well as the strategic ones and the luxury ones. Just don't want any of the special tiles. It's going to provide some sort of benefit. Another congress. Still no whispers of diplomatic victories. We're seeing the religious warriors coming in. Here come the missionaries. So yeah, when you're not having anything to do with religious victory and you don't have your own religion, it's interesting to see the fights going on in your territory between opposing religions, having holy wars. As I say, as long as it's fairly even, then you're fine. If half your empire is one religion, half your empire is another one, then things are fairly safe. I'm not going to suddenly lose to a religious victory. I miss an opportunity here to set up an industry for the chocolate. The button's right there, but no, I'm moving on to go and get cattle instead. Nightmare. Some things you miss, you can't catch everything. So now that we've got all the different governors, want to keep promoting Pingala basically. He's the best one, most relevant to our strategies. So I'll try and get him fully promoted. That'll get us a little bit more era score as well. Something that we do want to consider just in this stage of the game, since we're in the Dark Age. We'd like to get out of that if we can. Yeah, trying to spread out the builders from their point of origin. We can purchase them or produce them in other places. It is better to get that extra charge out of them. Unlocked rifling. That'll help us with upgraded troops if we want to turn our slingers, come archers, into musket men and things like that. Yeah, there's no great need for us to have cutting edge technology for the battlefield when there is no battlefield. I'm not seeing any big groups of troops building up on the borders anywhere, so I think we should be fairly safe. We can make encampments on the edges of the empire where we would most likely be attacked from. That helps as a deterrent. Later down the line we can set up aerodromes there as well. Just have some extra troops and things on the borders where we would be invaded from. Okay, and we've got enough gold that we can unlock a few tiles. Sort of push the edges of the empire. Especially if we can see there's resources or whatever that we can yoink. Yeah, we're doing fine at generating great people as well. Engineer now. They can all help us get a little bit ahead. If those were apostles instead of missionaries, there'd be great battles going on. Be fireworks, religious magic flying back and forth. I do like the religious combat, theological combat, the debate. It's all very exciting. Most exciting debates that have ever happened. Yeah, we've got our industry set up already. I'm hoping I can get a second one, but no. Got to find more luxury resources that we can get two of, get extra access to. A little bit short on the gold to get an extra whale. This guy seems cool, but like I don't remember him ever. Don't remember ever facing this guy before. Yeah, hopefully he's going to be friendly and he's not going to be a warmonger. Whenever I would find Hungary, I think it was, he always wants a war. Pretends to be nice. Always wants a war. So yeah, I'm hoping that guy's not going to be a war lover. Or at least that they're far enough away that they have to go through someone else to get to me. Got a great scientist that wants to get science from the tiles around a wonder. Yeah, some of the great people are more useful than others. Sometimes you'll get one that you can't really cash in. You don't have the appropriate kind of thing that it wants. Yeah, we're getting there. Empire seems fairly strong, even in hard times. Not having any worries about the loyalty or anything. I think we've got most of the specialist tiles improved now. Just got to find them all as they unlock. Make sure we're at maximum efficiency. Getting all the bonuses that we can. Without creating unnecessary sort of farm triangles and things. It's only the specialist tiles I'm interested in. Until we get the ability to make the wind turbines and things on them. And the solar stations. Yeah, once you start getting the electrical grid on the go, which we can fuel with oil. Hoping if we unlock some oil tiles, we'll be able to start getting that in. It's another thing that the AI will want, that we can use ourselves to get ahead by getting extra production. So yeah, we need to get sailing so we can go offshore with the builders. And get the oil. We're going to get astrology on the go, just in case we want to get more serious faith generation. As I say, we can use it for getting troops. We can also use it for acquiring great people directly. If we see one that we really want. It's usually like a one-time thing, because they want quite a lot of faith. It'd be very expensive to do it. To try and yoink a great person that someone was going to get to before you. If you're both fairly close to getting them, sometimes that's viable. But usually just for extra troops. So we're looking at where we're going in the technology tree. Rocketry to push ahead, to be at the head of the race, or plastics to actually get the offshore oil. But we want to get power, focus on production, and then we can get to rocketry, and then we can build the rocket stuff faster, because we'll have better production. At that point we can swing back for plastics. To get the oil. Yeah, having another look at our cards that we can slot in. Do want to make sure we've got amenities and things. Make sure the cities are as happy as possible. It looks as though Pericles is trying to forward settle us and send someone over. So we're going to try and block them with whoever we've got here. We've got a builder and an archer. We'll just try and get in their way. Try and send up another troop. Yeah, we need to settle another city up there. Try and muscle them out with loyalty. If they don't turn back. We'll do what we can. Looking at different units we could maybe get. Something new that's going to get us some era score. We'll set up an encampment first. Going to promote Amani. That's going to reduce the enemy city's loyalty. That's the closest one. And that'll help with the loyalty battle when we're still in the Dark Age. Try and move our troops up here. So that settler is still coming with an escort. It's not usually worth starting a war to try and steal a settler. Have done it, but it's not usually worth it. Most of the time it's a bad idea. So we've got one whale. Need to get a second one if we want to get the industry on the go. It'll be a little while before that gets unlocked. So we do have a settler of our own that we're going to send up north. If they do manage to settle that city, we can settle one right next to it and have a loyalty battle and try and steal their city from them. So we've got the Colosseum built. I can also help lure the English cities across, as I say. Yeah, we're getting there. We've made quite a few of the wonders. That should hopefully make up for the lack of extra culture coming from the theatre districts that we're not making. This lot seem quite determined to come and have a city right next to us. And block them off as best we can. Yeah, we'll try and get our troops into the way. What a cheek. Brazen. I guess they weren't really making a claim to the land anyway. It is still pretty cheeky. As I say, if you don't use the land, they will. I mean, surely they won't have enough loyalty to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and buy a few of these tiles. Again, before they do. So even if they get to keep the city, all they're getting is salt. And hopefully we can set up another city and put extra loyalty pressure on them. And if we can win the loyalty battle, then we can win the city and get the salt for ourselves. And they can just be salty. Yeah, we don't have enough gold to buy a monument, but we do to have just to buy another tile. Can't believe Pericles' cheek. He's like, how dare you settle so close to me? Like, what? You're the one who settled close to us, I'm afraid. Try to just nab a bit of the highlands. No, it's not happening, I'm afraid. Try and get some extra production in the cities by putting in the watermill. Okay, and Aberdeen's not great for setting up places. Where we do have opportunities to put in the wonders, seems to be only on the good tiles that we're already using for something else. A lot of the time you'll come back to the city and you'll be like, oh yeah, look, I can get this fantastic thing. Oh no, I've already done this before. I've refused it because it wants to build over the top of a mine or something. Over here we can buy this tile, and it's not the end of the world. We're not sacrificing a resource for it. Yeah, natural disaster incoming. That's killed our mine. I'll have to get that fixed up. Soon enough we can pop in dams, and then we can stop it flooding. It's also good that we can set up hydroelectrics and start getting power from the dams. Got another industry set up. So yeah, it is a bit annoying that we have to repair things after the floods every time. But at some point we can get dams in. So we're getting more military buildings into our encampments. Making deals with Pericles. Making choices for Congress. But again, not adding any additional votes in. Saving them all up. And we're definitely doing well for diplomatic favour. So you can spend it along the way to try and get little advantages. I find now the best tactic is saving it for diplomatic victory points. Especially, as I say, as that's how I lost last time. I really don't want a repeat of last time. Yeah, there are some useful wonders, but no good places to pop them down. Disaster, but not in our land, so we're not bothered about it. Don't think we're going to get our way to the golden age. We're certainly going to get out of being in a dark age, which is good enough. So we can get our dam down. Hopefully we can finish it before the next time there's a flood. Get it mitigated. Hopefully when we get into a normal age, then we can put some extra loyalty pressure on. I'm not sure if we're going to need the encampment. If we do win over that city, it's going to be a little redundant. Yeah, we've moved on to the next stage. I pick reform the coinage. Builders, we do have some extra resources now. Now that we've founded Edinburgh. Yeah, we can work on military buildings. Some more science buildings. And we're getting to the point now that I think we're so far ahead in the science that we're not going to need to keep working on the extra research labs and stuff. And then we can take our foot off the gas a little bit with the science production. There is a way to check if you're ahead, which civilization is front running for each type of victory, but I tend not to look at it. Don't like to relax that much if I thought I was in the lead. And again, if you worry that you're losing in one of the other fields, you don't want to lose focus and start building theatre districts everywhere. Of course, we get another flood before we're finished the dam. Yeah, soggy Scotland. True to form. we want to go for the rocketry now. And then we can come back for plastics. So we can become oil barons. Keep working our trade routes. Don't want to send one to the city that's gonna hopefully come to us. Repair this niter mine again. The soggiest mine. Hopefully there was no one down there. And it was getting flooded. Yeah, once we get rocketry done, we can focus on getting a spaceport built. And getting the space missions done. Getting up the satellite. And going to the moon. And sending a Mars colony. Yeah, we're quite happy to have your embassy. Yeah, they're all being very diplomatic. It's gaining them diplomatic favour. I'll have to try and trade them for some next time they come looking for resources. Got the Forbidden City built. Yeah, we're doing well for wonders. It's generally been at the cost of theatre districts. But it seems to be just England that's focusing on culture. I don't see any other great works appearing in the trade deals with any of the other civilizations. We're going to do some upgrades for our troops, modernize our army a little bit. Again, using the cards to get a discount. Got our unique unit, the Highlander. It's good for the era score. Another settler. It's a good thing that we're running out of good places to go. Over here, sort of forward settling this city-state. Might be the best place to be. More oil when we get that plastics unlocked. Hate destroying the rainforests, but it must be done. Yeah, it helps with the global warming mitigation if you leave the rainforests. As the world's climate gets destroyed, the sea rolls in and starts destroying your coastal tiles, which is no use. You can research like a sea wall to help protect your cities. That's a little further down the road. So we're setting up our first hydroelectric dam. The more sort of natural power we can get without having to resort to burning coal or oil, the better for the climate. Flood City. Never getting this dam done. So yeah, the dam finished, but still got flooded on the same turn. Just the last possible turn it could possibly flood. It's like, yeah, I'll get you one last time. make you go and repair that Niter mine just one more time. Hee hee hee. It's fine. Not the end of the world. Could be a lot worse. Imagine we'd left it on setting intensity number 2. That whole city would have been wiped out, I'm sure. We can place a dam on one of these, but it does mean losing a lot of housing and a bonus resource. It's painful. Don't like doing it. Generally like celebrating the resources I'm given rather than destroying them. Not even for wonders and stuff. So we've got another city set up. Doesn't seem to be immediately losing loyalty. Set up a monument anyway, just in case. It is low on loyalty. Opportunities for promotions for all our troops. For most of them anyway. England does feel like that latest city is a bit close. So it looks like this city will come to us if we just leave it. There are rebel troops that we can take on and sort of battle for the city. They're not likely to attack our cities. Only loose troops. So it's sort of optional whether you want to take them on and battle for the city. But I think in that instance we probably could just leave it. As long as they don't attack us. Pretty confident it's going to be the last time that we have to repair all the stuff around Flood City. Yeah, we managed to get this city in. Should rename it to Inverness or Nairn or something, but we'll just leave it as it is. Don't usually rename the cities. I think we need to worry about a monument straight away. Pretty confident in the loyalty of that. Yeah, we can move things around. Make sure the loyalty pressure is in the right place. Opportunity for another wonder. I think it's fine, we can spend some gold. That's what it's for. So yeah, eventually we got the salt and they got salty. Still no diplomatic victory votes. Fine, it's just another opportunity for the AI to spend theirs, for us to keep ours, get further ahead. They can take their little advantages while we save up for our game-winning advantage. Another opportunity to have a look, make sure we've got the best things going on. See if we want to change any tiles around. You have a suzerain of quite a few city-states. choose a card that gets us extra science and culture and a little bit of extra gold. A little bit of everything. Yeah, you can change the cards as frequently as you want. But leaving in ones that you're not taking advantage of is an issue. It's a waste. Inefficient. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing at the time and how long you intend to be doing it. If it's a while to research the next civic, you don't want to be having the wrong thing in for ages and not taking advantage of it. But generally we want amenities, keep people happy, production, housing, science, extra gold. So yeah, we're making progress. Got another hydro dam going in, got another industry set up. Gets us extra gold. More than 1,000 faiths saved up for us. If we are attacked and suddenly we need an influx of troops. At some point, if we need to, we can recruit rock bands. That's further down the line. That can help us if we're in a war for a culture victory. Progress towards one with England. It's a way that we don't have to fight. We can still battle them. Again, all the coolest stuff that we can build wants to replace our resources. Don't really want to do. Would be good to pop Big Ben down somewhere. Get an extra slot for an extra card. Yeah, we can pop down the Panama Canal. Yeah, we'll get our government buildings fully upgraded. Choosing the best bonuses. Can pop down aerodromes now. It's a good way to intimidate the neighbours as well. Aerodromes and the encampments. If we get them fully upgraded, have units on them. Got another industry set up. Get great general points. Can make armies instead of just single units. More powerful, more intimidating. Cash in another great merchant. Gets us more envoys. We're doing pretty well at controlling all the city-states by having the most envoys there. One of my favourite cards to pop in. You get a gold for each of your envoys at city-states. It's a good boost to the gold. Yeah, we're doing well this game at generating great engineers and merchants and scientists. Yeah, there's not a good place in Aberdeen even for an encampment or an airport. No great tiles, no great places for building. great generals, we can link them up with the unit. Generally provides a boost to power. The units nearby it. So if we link them up, we can send them off towards the encampments as well. We can have units in the encampments as well as one in the city itself and the city centre. Yeah, we don't have enough faith to be recruiting any great people, sadly, despite having heaps of faith. As you get closer to being able to get them, they can come into range. But usually I use the faith to get some extra units, especially if I need to get some extra ERA score. It's units that I don't already have. I'm desperately hoping that it's going to get me some extra ERA score, get some new units. Gold is good for city centre buildings and other district buildings when you can. Any options there. And you've got enough later on in the game. Can make a little push for science and get some research labs in. Don't want to completely fall behind. I think we can get other things for our cities. Doesn't need to be the be all and end all. Pretty sure we're cruising quite happily towards a science victory. So we've made it into the next era. We're going to go over to reform the coinage. Send off our envoys. A 1,000-year flood. Oh no! A 1,000,000-year flood. Oh no! Nah, it's fine. It'll be gone in a couple of turns. Another place that needs a dam. Soggy old Scotland, at it again. Yeah, a bunch of stuff needs repaired. Classic. Again, we're not going to be bothered about that aid request thing. I'm trying to get the AI to pity us and send us 27 gold or something. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about that. I think we'll be okay. Just going to set back production for a little while in that one city. Certainly not the end of the world. Some more missionaries creeping in. Religious battle continues on. It's good when you're a spectator and you're not concerned with it. As I say, the chances of anyone decisively winning the religious victory is pretty small. Certainly easier to do when you're trying to do it when you're on the Pangea map. You don't have to worry about going down the tech tree to allow all your missionaries and apostles and everything to go swimming. So we're getting there, we're at rocketry. Gonna pop down a spaceport. Still gonna take ages, despite having power in the city and having a focus on production. We've got plastics to try and get oil. Get all those offshore oil fields on the go. oil power, which is certainly cleaner than coal power. Looks like production's better in this city. We'll go to Roxburgh for our spaceport. Go back to doing our Panama Canal over here. There's no point in waiting longer. And there's no point in having two spaceports, because you can only do the space race things one at a time. I think it's a way after you've sent off the Mars colony to send boosters and stuff like that. I think again we're so far ahead that we can do it from one spaceport without needing to sort of double fire them off. And that's a ways down the road anyway. Finally getting our opportunity to pop into a reasonable amount of sway, throw our political weight around, invest some points here. You just need to vote with more points than anyone else has. Just look at the maximum of what the other players have. And more than that, then we can get our way, bully our way into getting 2 diplomatic victory points. When you have these things, the World Fair, the World Games, stuff like this, these other sort of mini missions, they can award diplomatic victory points, but it's usually just 1. The 2 that you get from the World Congress votes tends to be decisive. There's also wonders that give you diplomatic victory points, like the Statue of Liberty and stuff like that. So if we can get that one built, that'll certainly help us make sure we're ahead on the diplomatic victory points. Tell Palace. Yeah, there's a new Civilization game coming out. Civ 7's coming out soon. Haven't seen any of it, but yeah, I still like this one. Sure, the graphics aren't going to be so amazingly different. Slightly new look, largely the same sort of thing. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Might get that one a ways down the line. I'm still getting plenty of play out of this one. I've had it a few years. Getting there, on our way to catching up with plastics. Opportunity to build another aerodrome. Can intimidate England with our military power. And we want to appear scary at the borders. Reduce the chance of anyone having a go. As long as we can get them to leave us alone, we should be fine to cruise to victory. Got another great scientist. Have a look and see what they do. Cash them in. Making some more deals as soon as we've uncovered and started harvesting some aluminium. Eurekas. We're getting our wonders constructed. We're working on our spaceport. We've got good relations with people. We've got some diplomatic victory points. Production should be good. Most of our places have power. Hopefully once we get the oil, then we can start working on getting some wind power. Some wind turbines, some solar panels and stuff. That'll increase our production more. Can make a few theatre squares. See if England wants to trade us some of their precious works for oil or some other resources. Rather than asking them for diplomatic favour, let's try to deal with them for great works. We're doing well with our envoys. Again, the more city-states we can become suzerain of, the better. Make sure to get our bonuses. Got the Taj Mahal up. That helps us with our era score. Gives it a little boost every time we get something worthy of era score. Again, it looks good. Yeah, I've almost secured the normal age already. I'm sure that dark age will be a one-off. Again, I'd love to get down Big Ben or some of these other ones. They're only available in some cities. We got all excited, all like, yes, let's pop it down. Like, nope. Probably is some more space that we could try and settle a few more cities on the very outskirts of things, if it comes to it. We've almost got Bengala fully promoted, upgraded, maxed out. Yeah, no great works. Diplo favor. We've got a spy of theirs. Tried to send a spy. We didn't notice. There was no notification that I noticed. But yeah, we've got one of their spies. Trade him back for something at some point. Probably don't want to come back. They're living in glorious Scotland. A lap of luxury. Finally able to make our offshore oil fields. Took us a while, very roundabout way. We got plastics in the end. So yeah, we'll get a few theatre squares, and we can get art museums, archaeological museums. Dig up a few artifacts. It's the only thing we're really falling behind in. There's culture, great works. Again, options for an aid request. We're just not into it. Got the Great Zimbabwe up. Yeah, I love the style of this game. It's cute. Don't know if didn't like the graphics in the game before as much. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the ones in the game after as much. Remains to be seen. Yeah, we're on our way to the next golden age. Have to pop down one of these things that pops up, but I know when I click on it, it's gonna. Yep, it's just that one place. Very popular, that tile. Not replacing that mine for anything. Apparently the seats scan off, but it's not. It's such a mild eruption. Just sort of dirtied the tile next to it. Didn't even see any lava. It's a good thing that thing doesn't go off. don't think Edinburgh would get as many tourists, or it would get the wrong kind of tourists. Got an opportunity to mess with the tiles again. Their cards. Slot these in. We can work on our airfields. There's so much cash, we can buy things outright. Once we get our aerodromes all fully set up, we can get bombers. It's the best way to destroy the enemy towns. Got Bengala fully leveled up. And stealth bombers are the best way to take out your opponent's cities, if it comes to that. I think if anybody was going to start on this, they would have done it by now. I think we're scary enough at the edges of our borders. Get some harbours set up. Could have a couple. England love to have loads of boats, so if they are going to attack you, it's probably by sea. And get back on the path of researching all the space stuff that we need to do to get our science victory. It takes a while to build the spaceport and get the first couple of things going. That we'll have all that researched well before we're off to space. Again, it's about the right order you want to do things in. You need to have good production so you can build the spaceport pretty quickly and get going with your space missions. You need to have your man Bengala sort of leveled up so you can get the bonus for your space missions, so you can get them away faster. A combination of things. If you kind of go straight for the rocketry and straight for the space missions without diverting first to make sure you're getting good production, you'll be overtaken by the hare and the tortoise. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Seems to be further ahead earlier in the game. At this rate, we'll be landing on the moon ahead of schedule. Yeah, some of the cities we're running out of options of things to build. It's a good sign that we've got things kind of maxed out. Yeah, this is a good one. Something I've never seen before. So we can steal one of the city-states around us that we are suzerain of. But I don't want to take it ones that are on the edge, that are a good buffer zone between us and potential enemies, because they kind of have to go through them to get to us. So we're going to come down here and take Geneva, just because we've already got a border with it, you know. Says it's losing loyalty, but it shouldn't be. I'm sure that'll be fairly easy to turn back around. Already has a monument, so we maybe just need a governor in. Just got a tile with a geothermal vent, so we can get that at some point. Get some extra power. Yeah, we can take the governor, Magnus, from up here. sort out loyalty problems. Unlock this tile. So get extra power from there. Another clean energy source. So we're back to voting again. We're still well in the lead with the points that we've got to spend. Diplomatic favour. What we've been saving up all this time for. So again, we just need to make sure that we're throwing in more than anyone else. Yeah, the vote's in 2 layers. People are either voting to gain 2 points or to lose 2 points, and then who they're voting for. If everyone else was voting that someone should lose 2 points, and I'm voting that someone should win 2 points and it's me, it just takes one of them to be voting for me to be losing 2 points, and generally it'll backfire on me. It's strange how the voting works. Doesn't always work out how you think it's going to work out. So now we're making troops. We're fighting a second layer of military in these cities where we've got the encampments. We've got enough faith that we can get some different units. Again, we've secured the golden age. Don't want to make too many more unique units that are going to trigger era score. It's just overkill. We want to deprive ourselves of era score that we could be getting next time in the next era. But happens. Nothing ever quite goes as smooth as we want it to. So once we get the encampments all fully done up, we can have harbours in a couple of the places. Generates extra gold. Don't think we'll necessarily need ships. Whole bunch of new cards to pop in. Unlock several things at the same time. We're essentially upgrading the previous cards, putting in 2 things at once. Have double adjacency bonus for 2 different kinds of districts. Try to find the right things at the right time. Yeah, I think we should be certainly on course to get the science victory. No signs of anybody catching up with us. Can't see any spaceports in the neighbouring cities. I think the only concern is culture being produced by England. How willing they are to trade. Some great works for some oil or other resources. Trying to make sure the cities are as happy as possible so they can be as productive as possible with their entertainment places and their water parks. Certainly generating plenty of everything. Into the next stage. We made it to communism. More opportunities for cards. Hopefully the next one after this I want is digital democracy. I'll see if there's anything along the way that we want to get before just going straight for the next series of governments. Have another shuffle around the cards. We're generally wanting the same things as we've wanting all along. Yeah, having the science bonuses, or campus adjacency bonuses, having that plugged in pretty much the whole game may help you rush your way towards the end of the tech tree. You can set up traders to all be in Roxburgh to get boost to the production by choosing trade routes that provide production. That is another min-max thing we could be doing. Again, I don't think it's ultimately necessary. Try and start uncovering radioactive material. See if the AI wants to trade that. Could get a nuclear power station if we wanted. I'm sure that would be a big boost to production. Yeah, don't think we need it. Someone's got power to the main cities that we're asking most production of. Empire looks sturdy. Got our green power now. We can pop down some wind turbines. Should be able to get some solar farms on the flat ground as well. I think we're going to have to sacrifice one of these rainforests eventually. Can't keep everything unspoiled forever, I'm afraid. I've not seen any signs of global warming yet. Just got torrential rain and floods, but that's just normal Scotland. Nothing suspect about that. So we're able to upgrade our government plaza again. Choose the right option. It's usually the War Department we're going for. It's worth giving everything a read and making sure there are different scenarios and it's a different game every time you play it, you know. That's what gives it such replayability. Even if you're choosing from the same lists of things, the order, the sequencing and everything all makes a difference. We're going to use builders to try and provide a little boost to the production in all our cities by adding this green energy stuff. Get an archaeologist, start digging up some artifacts. That'll help us with our culture and tourism. It's a shame we're making all our builders here. It leads to traffic jams of trying to get them all out past each other. Yeah, there's not much else we can build here, just units. Yeah, we'll try and make sure again that we've got everything, all the specialist tiles upgraded. And where we've got some bare hills, bare flat ground, places that need more power. We can try and provide that for them. Some offshore wind farms, that'll be helpful as well. There's plenty of water not being used. But yeah, general push on production. So if we can get everything in Roxburgh done as fast as we can. Military support. Make sure we look nice and scary to potential attackers. Got bombers in the aerodromes. Just keep them on alert. They're just there for the look. We can have flood barriers, so even if there is a disaster, it can be mitigated somewhat and we won't lose our seaside tiles. We've got some sort of problem with burning going on in one of our cities. Have to get that sorted. Got Ruhr Valley finished. Looks nice. More era score. That should help with power. Yeah, just a few more things in the civics that we need before going for digital democracy. So sad. Don't want to sacrifice the rice. Love to put dams in. Not if it's going to sacrifice a resource. I don't like that. So yeah, make sure that we've got everywhere. Let's try and repair some of this stuff. Our aluminium mine's gone down. Have to get that fixed up once the fire dies down. Not quite sure what kind of disaster that was. Something happened. We can get some wind turbines set up once we get that fixed. Yeah, new wonders available to build. Wants to always build them on the same places that we don't want to build them on. Classic Aberdeen. Eiffel Tower, right in the next to the city centre. I like it. That'll bring in some good tourism. Get the Petra down as well. So we've launched off our fantastic satellite, the Earth satellite from our spaceport. That's allowing us to see the entire map basically. This is how we're seeing all these natural wonders. You can finally see the whole globe. See what's going on the Pangaea. After that we need to go on a moon landing and send off a Mars colony. Looking and seeing if it's worthwhile. Trying to pop down some more military support, but maybe just a harbour is going to be the better plan. Even though it's into a bay and it's not facing out the way. Still give us a little bit more gold. Something different to pop down. Don't think we can intimidate them with things so far away. Yeah, we'll get the moon landing set up. Definitely ahead of schedule. I don't think there's that many wonders that we can pop down anymore. So we're in a place that we're not willing to sacrifice, or are of much use to us. Can promote Victor a few more times and get bonus protection should the worst happen. Someone makes a move on us. I'm pretty confident that's not going to happen. More opportunities for clean energy. Get a production boost. Wait till we see that little sign light up. We've got enough power to run the city. Efficient production going on. Yeah, get our harbours down. Repair things that were once damaged by floods. Get our extra power in. Give the builders something to do. Ensure maximum production. That's pretty much all we can do. Space race is a kind of waiting game. You got to set up the production on the next stage and keep all the other towns busy while you're waiting for it to be done. Generate a great engineer. Yeah, some of them are more awkward than others with what they do and what their requirements are. You can get extra production from a theatre district. Try and send them over to where we need them in Roxburgh, where we want the extra production. We're working on fixing up this aluminium mine. I can see there's another tile that we could buy, so we can get a bigger stash. There's a problem with the bomber planes. They have an upkeep that requires you to keep mining the aluminium. A lot of the time it's near the coast. It's one of the first things to get raided by the global warming. Turns out Roxburgh doesn't have a theatre district, so we can't get the production boost there. I'd send them back towards air. Getting our flood barriers in before the first stage of disaster. Thankfully it doesn't seem like there's the other civilizations have got too many coal power plants going on, wrecking the atmosphere quite yet. Looks like there's a normal level of ice around the top of the map and everything. Make some deals with England. Should have asked them for some of their great works next time around. Yeah, there's not much else we can build here. A sewer, that's about it. We'll just have to keep making units, builders and stuff. Don't think we need that many more army people. Military force should be something to be reckoned with, I'm sure. So we're going to send our great scientists off to one of our enemies' places. We're going to steal some science generated by one of our neighbours. Just go to the closest place. Some of them are strange. I'm sure I've not seen them all the great people. Yeah, got an engineer activated. Got our archaeologist digging up artifacts. hopefully between all this and all of the wonders, we're making up for an early lack of culture production. Enough that we're not going to be taken over, beaten by a culture victory at the last minute. Hopefully we're going to get a science victory in a record time. Certainly faster, further ahead than I normally am, time-wise. Don't want to give up this double science yield on this marsh. But yeah, it's got to be done. Can't keep all the tiles undisturbed. If it's not on top of a resource, I should just go with it. We're getting the flood barriers up. Shouldn't be too precious about the rainforests. Ashton, our great scientist. Definitely getting towards the end of the tech tree. Obviously missed a few things on the way. We didn't really need the advanced sort of sailing stuff. Being on the Pangea map. It's usually the first thing by the wayside. Dug up a few artifacts, a few things to put in our theatre squares. Got a second source of aluminium. This should hopefully keep us going. So don't run out and lose our fleet of planes. Gonna research the rock bands. It's a good way to fight off excess pressure from culture in the form of tourism. It's pretty good to see the auto-generated names of the rock bands. Watch them rocking out in their little gigs. Yeah, that's certainly a late game kind of battle. Don't seem to be having to fight off any of the other civilizations. AI doesn't seem to be too aggressive towards us. Everyone seems to be happy to just trade with us. Let us get on with our thing. It's got a long way round to get to that oil. Certainly got plenty of oil to trade. Just not much we need to trade for at this point. Just need to keep everyone sweet, I think. Finish off these few things we need to do. And then get off to Mars. Have to make some units. Don't want to make too many planes. So do have limited aluminium. Could make some tank armies and stuff. I think they run on oil. And a few things that we can build. And just make them with faith, of course. Faith tank army, yeah, sure. Also buy them the gold. Lots of different ways to win the war. Got our first ski resort down. Another opportunity for some more diplomatic victory points. Got the World Games on the go. Yeah, just a single vote for everything else, and then as many votes as we need for the diplomatic victory. Don't think we'll actually get to a diplomatic victory before the science victory at this rate. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, as I say, these little side missions, there's other ways that the other players can get them. Certain wonders give you them. As long as we're holding off the other players from getting the diplomatic victory, while we take the slow road off to Mars. Need to get our builder past our great general getting in the way, because they're both civilian units. They're trying to wiggle past each other on a single road. Get the builder off, we can get another wind farm in, or another ski resort. Keep everyone happy. And get our great general back into place. Intimidating the neighbours. Now we can do offshore wind farms. We don't even need to take up the space on the hills. Alright, plenty of water involved between this big bay and the coasts, these little inland lakes. Plenty more opportunities for builders. Add a little bit of production, get everything moving along. We're off to the moon! And we've got a wonder finishing at the same time. The Kilwa. That looks nice. Alright, more era score. Almost at golden age again. Easy when you're finishing all these wonders and everything, and you're the first to get the research done. All adds up, the era score. That certainly makes a difference. Yeah, we've got plenty of opportunity. Popular water parks, offshore wind farms, seasteads if we do the right upgrades with our governors. There are more offshore things that you can make. Getting there, I think we want to head for digital democracy now. That'll be our final government. Get the maximum amount of cards to play with. Maximum amount of bonuses going on all at the same time. Last push to maximize our production. Make sure we get our space race missions done as fast as possible. Finish the final race. Do like Arnie says. Get the ass to Mars. Just a few more things worth researching. Go for nuclear fusion. Next era, hopefully we can get the giant death robot. Most exciting unit in the game. And if somebody does start a war with you, That thing can just walk over and start shooting down your walls and walking into your cities. Yeah, between that and the stealth bombers, I think it's pretty easy to overcome any opponent. Even if they have a whole bunch of armies of lesser things. Jet bomber and the giant death robot can pretty much take things out between the two of them. Finish the Statue of Liberty. I think that gets diplomatic victory points. It's just important that no one else gets it. Not going to lose to that this time. It looks lovely. Fireworks and everything. Can get a lighthouse in our harbour area. Give Victor another promotion. Again, good defence in case we're attacked. Get our cool statue. That'd look good anywhere, wouldn't it? Yeah, we've got the era score rolling in. Guaranteed ourselves another golden age. Game's still trying to tempt us with wonders. If we want to give up our precious resources. Yeah, since there's a tunnel through that mountain, I guess we can justify having an encampment and or an aerodrome close by. Just as an extra deterrent. A good defense point. Should the worst happen. Finally made it over to this oil deposit. Yeah, I think we've pretty much got everything. All the available upgrades for our tiles. Got the Bolshoi Theatre up and going. We've unlocked another government on the way to getting the one that we want, but we're not going to switch over. We've already got the best one. A few more things that we can do. A few more buildings within our districts to upgrade. But we're getting there. Getting all these wonders finished off. Eiffel Tower, fine addition to Aberdeen City Centre. Yeah, that can go where the old Marks and Spencer's is. Sure, you can just pop an Eiffel Tower there, no one will know the difference. Won't look out of place. Yeah, still got things to repair. Flood damage still happening. Arthur's Seat damage a little bit. The remnants of a more savage time before we go into dam building like beavers. We've got most of the city-states under our influence. Could potentially get them all. Suzerain of all the city-states. Working on getting Victor upgraded some more. Can also do Reina, she's good for money, for gold. Top level you can purchase districts with gold. Yeah, we're in line to get the next golden age. Definitely got money to spend on builders. Not pressed for money. We can get a second set of whales so that we can get the industry going. So there are a few more opportunities for builders. There's always new tiles being unlocked. Keep an eye out for opportunities to upgrade tiles. So we've made it into the information era. We've got the option to get the giant death robot. Yes. Always go with the giant death robot. Even if you're not had any wars the whole game, no intention of having a war, you still want the giant death robot because it's awesome. I want to park that on the border. Nothing more intimidating to your neighbours than a giant death robot staring at them. I'll move this thing back. We'll get our buddy to come down right onto this border. See if we can drop the loyalty in any of the English towns. It's a very sneaky way to do battle. Yeah, the more of a military build-up you can put on the border, the better. Also, as I say, wonders and entertainment places also have an effect. You can send spies as well to try and drop the loyalty. Pericles wants us to join him in a war with someone. No, it's not our fault if you started a war. We're not getting involved. No great works. Doesn't want to give us any Diplo favor. Like, okay. Yeah, mighty Scotland, looking great. Massive and successful empire. Nothing more we can build down here. Just units. Or we can do the city projects. I hardly ever do the city projects. Unless it's the space ones, obviously. Yeah, we could make machine gun armies, mobile infantry, a few different things that we haven't got already that we could do. Helicopters for movement to get them out of here faster, to get them to other places. Always purchase them with faith that we don't necessarily need them in production. Yeah, not much going on. We're suffering success. We're running out of other things to do while we're waiting for the space race to be done. Again, we've got gold to spare that we can be helping out cities that are suffering from lack of housing with sewers and things. And granaries if they don't already have one. Just maintaining the strong empire. Keeping everything sturdy. We've got to digital democracy. So we've got the most amount of things we're going to get. Just make sure that we're not leaving anything behind that we're relying on. The boosts to the science and the production. The amenities, the housing, the gold, loyalty. Plug in everything we need. Generally, I think we're on track to victory. But never want to take your foot off the gas. I'll plug in these cards. Push on to victory. Yeah, it's good to get a break from Sims. Do something different. This was going to be the something different for the 500th video. And the 500th video was going to be the 100 sub special. I wasn't going to bother with a 100 subs special. I got the 101 subs and then I was like, oh well, the moment's passed. And then somebody left and we were back down to 100. I was like, oh, that's a message from the universe that is demanding a 100 sub special. So this is your 100 sub special. A random game of Civilization where the mighty Scotland goes on to conquer the world. It's a good game, I do enjoy it. It's good when I'm needing a break. I'm bored of The Sims. We're losing at Zomboid. It's good after Skylines, like zooming into the Sims level. This is like zooming out a little bit. Did try zooming out all the way and playing a few space simulation games. Played Elite Dangerous and that was... ended up getting sort of agoraphobic out in space. Suffering from space madness. Got into that too much. Ended up coming away from it like, nah, space is scary. So this is about as big a scale as I'd like to play on. Yeah, but major cities conquering the globe. Yeah, it's a scale I'm comfortable with. Try to trade England some of their precious works. Like, give us some of your great works. We'll trade you for them. No, absolutely not. We tried with a bunch of stuff, the religious stuff, like all of these items, you know. She's got so many things, doesn't want to trade us. Like, right, okay, you're really holding on for that culture victory. You're not giving up anything. I'm slightly concerned. Never mind, we'll push on. I'm sure we're gonna make up for it with our wonders. Gonna make some rock bands to try and make up for it as well. Increase the tourism pressure. Sending some rock bands out against our opponents. Almost finished all the research. Get other things for our giant death robots, upgrades for them. Rock bands, we need to choose an upgrade and make sure they've got a name, otherwise they can't have a performance without a name. True to form. It's the most important thing when starting out a band is what the name is. More important than the talent or the material. Yeah, we're generally running out of things to do. So we'll send some rock bands out against the opponents. Make sure everything's well fortified. Make sure all our districts are all leveled up with all the buildings they need. We just choose largely random upgrades. It's a large chance when the rock bands perform that they immediately bite the dust. If they can survive a couple of performances, then they can get upgrades, they can level up themselves, you know. Makes them less likely to perish. Sometimes if you get lucky, they can go on quite a tour and generate a whole bunch of tourism. Mitigate being overwhelmed with the cultural pressure and tourism, especially from England. As long as we can keep that at bay, we'll have time to finish off the game. and get off to space. Another fantastic performance. Look at them go. So they're staying alive, staying alive. That's pretty good because like there's a 50% chance that they perish first time round. Need some experience. Need to be in the van with a sore neck in the rain. Need to be experience the road, see if they can survive it, and if they can thrive. Can generate a bunch of tourism. Headliners, that's a good one. So yeah, that's another good thing to spend faith on. Also get a conservationist. Can help generate tourism by building like a national park with some of your untouched land. Yeah, I'm going to send out the rock bands. You can see where it's highlighted where they can perform. Again, it's something to do to use up the time while you're waiting for your spaceships to take off. Next target to be a suzerain. And then next turn we just win. Got a diplomatic victory. And again, I'm not sure how. Don't know if we finished building a wonder that had the diplomatic victory point attached to it or something. But we never got a chance. 1941, we were on the way to getting the science victory, I'm pretty sure. But however we get there, so worried about losing the diplomatic victory. I got the diplomatic victory. That's fine. I'll come back and do it next time. We'll uncheck the possibility of diplomatic victory. That way we can win a different way. Yeah, we got there. You stuck around all the way till the end, well done. It's a long voiceover. It's generally a long experience to play. You can change the settings so it's more manageable, so you can get it done in less time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure with science generated that we would have definitely made it to the end of the science victory. Oh well, how Scotland ruled the world, that's the main thing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. See you next time.